They the reason they even in this whole situation, bro.
Other world, if the Browns didn't exist, that's his lot in life. So I have a hard time feeling as if Dillon Gabriel's like, man, did I really lose out on my opportunity?
This wasn't just a fight. It was a warning shot that the Browns quarterback room is on the edge of total collapse. One rookie suspended. Another suddenly crowned the face of the franchise. Veterans blindsided. Coaches divided. Ownership picking favorites. And it all started with one explosive moment that nobody saw coming. Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders were supposed to be teammates. Two young arms competing for a future. But in just 72 hours, their rivalry spun completely out of control. By the time practice ended, the locker room was fractured. The media was circling like vultures, and the Browns were forced to pick a side. This isn't just drama. It's the most chaotic, divisive quarterback situation in the entire NFL. And it might have just ended one rookie's career before it even began. This wasn't just a fight. It was a full-blown meltdown that flipped the Browns' championship quarterback room upside down and possibly changed the future of the franchise.
Look like some Cleveland Brown reporters definitely opens up about Dillon Gabriel.
On the surface, it looked like just another day at training camp. But within hours, Dillon Gabriel was suspended. Shedeur Sanders walked away untouched. And behind the scenes, chaos was quietly spreading. One rookie disappeared. Another gained control of the locker room. And the Browns, they were forced to make a decision that split the entire building in half. What started as a quiet quarterback competition exploded into a power struggle fueled by ego, pressure, and something way deeper than football. Now, reports are leaking, tempers are flaring, and the team's internal politics are finally out in the open. This isn't just some camp scuffle. This is the NFL's most toxic QB battle, and it's only getting worse. Because what happened on July 22nd wasn't just about a play call or a missed throw. It was about pride, status, and who this team is really built around.
I'm here to tell you that possibly will not be the case moving forward.
It was supposed to be routine, just another red zone installation at Browns camp. No media buzz, no spotlight, just a grinded-out session in the summer heat. But on July 22nd, everything unraveled. Practice was suddenly shut down mid-session. Head coach Kevin Stefanski walked off the field without a word. Face tight, fists clenched. Players stood frozen, coaches confused. And then the headlines hit like thunder. Dillon Gabriel suspended. Shedeur Sanders involved. Social media lit up. Reporters didn't know what to believe. Fans thought it was clickbait, but it was all real, and worse than anyone expected. What looked like a minor disagreement turned out to be something much bigger. Sources say it wasn't just shouting. This was physical, emotional, explosive, a full-blown altercation in front of veterans, staff, and cameras. In just a few minutes, what started as a quiet competition between two rookie quarterbacks had turned into the NFL's most talked-about scandal.
And it looked like the Cleveland Browns front office is making demands for Kevin Stefanski to get rid of one of these quarterbacks.
And the Browns? They were completely blindsided. But what if it was never random to begin with? This didn't come out of nowhere. The signs were there, subtle, quiet, and easy to miss, unless you were paying attention. From the day they arrived in Cleveland, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders were never on the same page. Gabriel, a third-round pick out of Oregon, kept his head down. Polished, patient, textbook mechanics. He was the kind of guy coaches love. Low ego, high discipline, and locked in on the playbook. Then there was Shedeur, fifth-rounder, Dion's son. Confidence loud enough to fill the entire facility. From the interviews, to the walk-ons, to the social media highlights, everything about him said, "I'm already that guy." On the surface, smiles, handshakes, media-friendly quotes. Behind closed doors, friction.
is that he's been rumbling through the facility. He's still there, and he's definitely still on his football team.
You could feel it during rookie minicamp. The forced chemistry, the awkward distance. No shoutouts, no dap-ups, no connection. Just two young QBs with something to prove, and no interest in sharing the spotlight. The Browns called it healthy competition. But inside that building, everyone could feel it building. And it was only a matter of time before it blew. It didn't happen during a game. It happened in the heat of a quiet drill. No fans, no noise, just raw tension finally snapping. One missed throw, one stare too long, one offhand comment that crossed the line. And just like that, it was on. This wasn't some petty argument or sideline barking. According to team insiders, it was a physical confrontation. Loud, aggressive, and right in front of everyone. Players, coaches, staff, cameras.
Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski opens up about the current QB battle with Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and veteran quarterback Joe Flacco.
Fists didn't officially fly, but they didn't need to. The energy on that field turned toxic instantly. Helmets were ripped off. Teammates had to step in. And the moment Stefanski saw it unfold, he shut it all down. Practice canceled, tempers high, nobody talking. And while the front office stayed silent, the whispers grew louder. Conduct detrimental to the team. Locker room tension boiling for weeks. Someone's gotta go. In a matter of minutes, the Browns weren't managing a QB competition anymore. They were dealing with a crisis. And the fallout was just getting started. When the dust settled, the message was loud and brutal. Dillon Gabriel was suspended. Shedeur Sanders wasn't. No press conference, no soft language, just a cold, hard decision from Kevin Stefanski. And two words that hit like a sledgehammer. Indefinite suspension. There was no public explanation, no timeline, no apology, just silence. And in the NFL,
I'm wondering what the Cleveland Browns is about to do with this Deshaun Watson situation.
Behind the scenes, the Browns launched an internal investigation. HR meetings, player interviews, security footage. You'd think they were solving a criminal case, not breaking down a fight at practice. But make no mistake, this wasn't about just enforcing discipline. It was about control. And as Gabriel disappeared into the shadows, Shedeur stepped into the light. Still practicing, still leading huddles, still flashing that confidence like nothing ever happened. He didn't gloat. He didn't bark back. He simply issued a calm warning to his teammates. Competition is welcome, but disrespect, that's different. And just like that, he wasn't just a rookie anymore. He was the voice of the locker room. What most fans didn't see, what wasn't in any press release, was that this clash didn't just divide players. It split the entire organization. Browns ownership all in on Shedeur Sanders.
Dillon Gabriel is more head of Shedeur for his head and shoulders. Man, I'm not buying that. Shedeur Sanders is a legit, big-time franchise quarterback.
Behind the scenes, the Browns launched an internal investigation. HR meetings, player interviews, security footage. You'd think they were solving a criminal case, not breaking down a fight at practice. But make no mistake, this wasn't about just enforcing discipline. It was about control. And as Gabriel disappeared into the shadows, Shedeur stepped into the light. Still practicing, still leading huddles, still flashing that confidence like nothing ever happened. He didn't gloat. He didn't bark back. He simply issued a call warning to his teammates. Competition is welcome, but disrespect, that's different. And just like that, he wasn't just a rookie anymore. He was the voice of the locker room. What most fans didn't see, what wasn't in any press release, was that this clash didn't just divide players. It split the entire organization. Browns ownership all in on Shedeur Sanders.
It's the topic of the hour. That is this Dillon Gabriel situation. So some Cleveland Brown reporters kind of went in on Dillon Gabriel yet again. And y'all know me, man. We got to pull it up. We got to listen to it. Let's check it out right now.
They love the leadership, the PR buzz, the charisma. This is Dion's son, a natural-born brand. And the way he handled the fallout? Calm, mature, even presidential. To the front office, he's more than a player. He's a future franchise face. But the coaching staff? Many had quietly been pulling for Dillon Gabriel. He was the process guy, the quiet worker, the coachable, methodical QB who fit the system. Now, suddenly, that quiet rise was buried beneath headlines and heat. And Stefanski? He's caught in the middle, forced to hold together a locker room that's already starting to crack. Inside the building, things turned cold. Eye contact faded. Conversations got clipped. The tension was real. This wasn't just about two rookies fighting for a job. It was a civil war between the people trying to win games and the people selling jerseys. And it was only getting uglier.
Now, I definitely am going to improve on that, but I have a good solid foundation and just prep for pro day and all that different type of stuff.
Here's the wild part. Dillon Gabriel was actually playing well. Just days before the blow-up, he was throwing dimes in red zone drills. Clean footwork, smooth timing. Coaches were nodding. Teammates noticed. He even scored on a crisp rollout pass that had some wondering if he could sneak into the QB2 role. But the pressure? It was suffocating. Every move Gabriel made was under the microscope. Every incompletion got dissected. Every stare from a coach felt loaded. And with Shedeur gaining momentum on the field and in the media, it felt like Gabriel was walking on glass. Meanwhile, Sanders didn't flinch. After the clash, he didn't rant or vent. He stood in front of a locker room and dropped one line that silenced the entire room. Competition is welcome, but disrespect? That's different. He didn't say it loud. He didn't need to.
Perspective. You can see how unintentionally then taking Shedeur Sanders 2 rounds later might have been the worst thing for Dillon's stock in Cleveland.
That line echoed louder than any touchdown pass. And just like that, the players knew Shedeur wasn't just part of the team anymore. He was the one leading it. By now, this wasn't just a fight. It was a full-on fracture, splitting the Browns quarterback room down the middle. Inside the locker room, the energy shifted. Some guys backed Gabriel, whispering about double standards and silent frustration. Others gravitated towards Shedeur, drawn to the leadership, the confidence, the way he handled the chaos with calm. And then there were the vets, Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. 2 guys who've seen drama before, but nothing like this. Suddenly, they were stuck in the middle of a storm they didn't start, watching a rookie rivalry threaten the entire quarterback hierarchy. Outside the facility, the media spun the story into wildfire. Speculation, leaks, anonymous sources, everyone wanted a piece.
Not speaking about him publicly, but insiders is leaking information. I don't know, but it's looking real spooky.
And the Browns? They tried to stay quiet, but that silence only made things worse. No timeline for Gabriel's return, no explanation for why Shedeur walked free. Just rumors, headlines, and confusion. The front office wanted to move on, but inside that building, nobody really had. Because the worst part? Everyone knew this wasn't over. The Browns aren't just dealing with a suspended rookie anymore. They're staring down the barrel of a quarterback room imploding from the inside out. Dillon Gabriel? He's vanished. No press, no practice, no clue if he's coming back. Some insiders say he's done in Cleveland. Others think he might quietly return before preseason wraps. Either way, his future is hanging by a thread. And Shedeur? He's not just surviving, he's rising.
I think it's wonderful. It's about time that, these kids look like they're having a great time down here. Because usually it's not just nice. So I'm loving it.
With Flacco holding the starting job for now, Sanders is sitting one snap away. And if he keeps stacking practices, winning the locker room, and dodging drama like he already has, that leash on Flacco gets shorter by the day. But here's the danger. This wasn't a one-time explosion. It was the first crack in something much bigger. Because this locker room, it's already split. Ownership versus coaches. Players choosing sides. And if the Browns don't handle it right, this won't just cost them a rookie. It could cost them the entire season. This wasn't just a rookie fight. It was a warning shot. The Browns now find themselves in the middle of something far more dangerous than a depth chart shuffle.
Like, Dillon's got to understand that, although, I mean, so the other side of that, though, is that he should just be happy he was taken in the third round.
Just grateful for life.
Yeah, there's a part of Dillon Gabriel that I go back to this all the time, is that, like, he was projected 6th or 7th round. There's a real chance that Dillon Gabriel...
They've got a fractured locker room, a leadership split from the top down, and 2 rookie QBs whose rivalry just exposed everything wrong behind the scenes. One is suspended. The other is rising. But neither of them truly won. Because now, every throw, every rep, every press conference carries weight. The media's circling. Fans are choosing sides. And the team's leadership, they're walking a tightrope with no net. This might be the most toxic quarterback room in the NFL. And it's only July. What happens next? Nobody knows. But if the next explosion hits mid-season, it won't just shake the Browns' QB depth chart. It might tear the entire team apart.